everyone, welcome back to Beach Angel Tarot. I'm here to do a weekly reading, so this will be June 1st to the 7th, and it is going to be timeless energy, as always, so whenever you come across this reading and you're drawn to it, for whatever the reason, this will be a message for you from Spirit. So we're going to dive in and see. I'm going to pull an animal, Spirit, and see what animal is helping us at this time, focusing on our energy, guiding angels, Archangel Michael. And we have butterfly. Wow, beautiful. So transformative energy, metamorphosis type energy, which I've been hearing that word a lot. So it came to mind as I looked at it. So also a lot of light, you know, butterflies flit around from here to there, right? So it's a lot of light, airy type of energy coming in or needed this week. Well, let me see. What did I do with my little booklets? There it is, sorry. I couldn't find my little, there is a little keyword. I'm going to look to see to make sure I don't miss anything. But having emerged from, you know, caterpillar to butterfly. So we are seeing the butterfly. And this is the air element, obviously. Growing pains and transformation this week. So when the caterpillar changes to the butterfly, it does go through a lot, you know, a huge change, a huge metamorphosis, changing form from one, you know, heavier, dense form to a lighter being, right, that can fly, that can kind of flit around and float almost, right? So there's a change, a transformation, but there is also growing pains involved in that, right? When the caterpillar's going through that, I'm sure it feels like it's dying. It is dying a death into the new, but the new is a lighter phase. It is a lot less dense. There's less density in this energy coming up. So it goes from earth to air. So we go from a denser energy to a lighter energy, earth to air this week. Transcending the density. So there's a rise in the energy. There is a loft type of feeling with it. So let's see what Spirit is helping us with this week's energy. What Spirit is helping us in this week. It's definitely this one. Oh my gosh, it's a bird. So again, air, gossip, rivals, posse. But again, to me, it's just talking about a lot of the energy of flight, of air, things becoming lighter, just reading it intuitively. Of course, it can have to do with this. Also gives me an energy of the Page of Swords. Page of Swords talks about information, informants, communication. So it can be in that energy that communication becomes lighter. It's not as heavy. It's not as dense. We're going to consult with tree energy and see what tree message wants to come through this week. And we have break free. So very similar in its feeling, you know, like a caterpillar coming out and turning into a butterfly, breaking free of that cocoon. I can never say the right word for that process. I can't say the word. Chrysalis. The chrysalis, breaking free of the chrysalis and flying free, right? And with the feeling of communication, it can be feeling like you've broken free from restriction in talking as well, with the feeling of, with a sense of communication. And with the gossip, rivals, and posse, it has to do, to me, with throat chakra, because of the feeling of this being like the... so maybe finally saying something you want to say, or hearing something that you wanted to hear. There is a not as heavy, not as dense, not as conformed or constricted feeling. There is a breaking loose, a breaking free. Could be this week of the throat chakra as well when we see these in combination. Able to express something now. So I'm just going to do a 7-card spread here. And I'm just going to shuffle, focusing on the week ahead. So our week as a whole, and it's far, far away, creative daydreaming. So this week we're going to be doing a lot of daydreaming. We're going to be doing perhaps creative visualization, manifestation, meditation, creative visualization. That would go with manifesting. It would go with meditating. I feel like I'm meditating. I've been recently drawn to shamanic journeying, and that would be this type of energy where you enter a meditation trance-like state and you see, you take that journey, you meet with your guides, and you have a lot of visual interaction in that way, and sensatory energy. So that is a feeling that I'm having this week. So really being in the stages of visualizing something that you want to create. Not so much doing a hands-on. This doesn't feel very, again, it's going back to this. It doesn't feel dense. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like really hands-on energetically. This feels more imagery, imagination, creativity in the mind, that kind of thing. So it's like if you're planning a project, you're really seeing in your mind's eye, and that's a place where we can, make a mistake. And like having a pencil and paper and an eraser, you can erase it and start over. It's not permanent. There's no permanency is the word. Energetically this week, there is a kind of pliable, playable, movable energy around us this week, that it's not, it's not written in stone. It's not permanentable. It's not permanent. Energetically, we can change it. We can move it. We can, manipulate it, if you will, to the way we want it. And we're able to do that in our minds very easily. So this is the energy that we're in. And others may feel like we're a little distant because we're in our minds a lot this week, or we're in our heads a lot about something this week, or we're really working in that realm this week, so we may not be as grounded. So there is a sense here too to watch for being ungrounded. And it's even going back to these cards here. It's like we're breaking free, and we may be like enjoying it so much we're not in our bodies, we're not as grounded as we maybe should be, or but it's not to say that you have to be. You don't have to be grounded in that energy all the time, but we're going to be more in those, in the mind, in the thoughts, in our words, in the imaginatory energy versus the 3D. So we're in higher realms this week, energetically. Something unexpected that will arise this week is carry me home. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. So we're going to have unexpected support this week. And it, this is something something unexpected that will arise. So it's going to be support. So for those around you, they're going to help you. They're going to lend a hand, offer some help this week. And it's going to come to us in an unexpected way, where we weren't really, thinking that was going to appear for us. So Spirit is going to send others to help us. They're going to send the resources or people that we need to move forward on our journey this week. How can you stay grounded and balanced? How can we stay grounded and balanced this week? And it is dark moon. Maturation, growing up, introspection, know ourselves. So there's a going inward. Maturation, growing up. I'm hearing the word being realistic. So don't get too far. Like when we go back, it's kind of taking me back here where this could be a fantasy land kind of thing, and we can be we can maybe get into the space where it's maybe not as realistic. So to be more grounded, we may need to be more realistic about something. We may need to see it in a more mature way. So this may seem very fantasy, like at the negative aspect of our week in this energy over here, we can be more in a fantasy, far, far away from reality as well. So to be more grounded, we may need to tamper that or hamper that with, being more realistic is the word they're saying, will bring us into that more mature energy. When we can be more childlike over here, we're very unrealistic. And it's not to say this is bad or not to do this, because we definitely need to engage that part of ourselves, but to stay grounded, because I said I felt like I was getting very lofty over here. So we may want to really just balance it equally and be more realistic with these thoughts or wherever we're being taken over here this week, and just be more realistic. And that's going to help us be more grounded and balanced this week. Important emotion that will surface this week, or that will be felt this week, is the golden gift. Magical help is on its way. So I feel excitement. I feel excitement when I feel into this. So the emotion, there's going to be an exciting feeling coming up for us this week. You know, it could be something surprising, something magical. Maybe it comes from the support that's given and it feels like it just came out of nowhere. But there's an excitement feeling this week that comes in. A happy, magical, you know, good, like fun type of energy that is coming in the way of excitement. So the emotion is going to be an excited feeling, a happy, emotional excitement. Something that will inspire us this week. And it's snail's pace. Slow down, grounding, listen for the heartbeat of the earth, subtle energy. So in slowing down. So again, going back to the energy as a whole this week, we can become more in our heads. We can become more fantasy focused, forward focused in our minds, in our clairvoyance. And something that's going to inspire us this week is really looking at things closely, becoming more grounded, becoming more realistic this week, looking at the details, spending time, you know, maybe even spending time in nature, looking at the tiny smalls, I call them. I go digging for seashells in a certain area in Florida where I am going, and I like to look for smalls, and I just get so excited. Sort of like this energy here. It just makes me so happy. You'd think I would have won $1 million when I find certain tiny little shells. I mean, and they're very, very tiny. So that is the energy that is going to inspire, finding things in small packages, finding things in unlikely places this week, and you're going to get a sense of excitement and fun feeling from doing that. But that is going to inspire you this week. Seeing the intricacies of the small details, they're saying. So how your spirit guides are speaking to us this week, and it's fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, falling in love. So it can certainly be through, you know, romantic relationship. It can be they're speaking to us through other people, through the energy of love. So other people sharing their love vibration with us. And it doesn't always have to be romantical. It can be people sharing their creativity, sharing their ideas, sharing support. We go back to that card of support and help, and people that are doing that are showing their love through that, showing their care through that. So spirit guides, I feel, are speaking to us through others, because we engage in that energy of the love vibration through other people. So I feel it's coming through others, but it's coming on the energy and the vibration of love this week. So it could very well be romantical, but it can be just the energy of other people sharing that love vibration with us. How to best support ourselves this week, and it is Scared to Fly. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. So the best way to support ourselves this week is right timing. Doing things in the right time. 18 is the moon card, so there could be fears of doing things in the right time. There's something here about timing in a way to support ourselves. So it can be literally preparing to not be late to an appointment, doing something in the right time, appearing at an appointment at the right time, not procrastinating is a good way to support ourselves this week. Don't be, procrastinating, prepare for, things that are coming up, doing things at the right time. This is all giving yourself enough time to get somewhere. This is the best way to support yourself this week. And the superpower this week, or superpower, is story keeping. Tell your story, legacy, write your wisdom. So superpower can be just that, journaling this week. Could even be reading, but she's writing in a book. So our superpower can be with getting our words out, getting our thoughts out. Maybe something that you're doing back here, you may want to write it down. You may want to journal it. You may want to kind of keep track of your thoughts in some way, get them out on the written paper, because that is the next step to bringing it into the physical world, is getting it out of your mind onto paper and then going from there step by step. So that is the best way to support yourself this week in a very practical way, I feel. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed this weekly reading, and I will talk to you soon. Angel blessings, oceans of love.